Hey first graders, we're going to do some problem solving today, and the type of problem solving we're going to focus on is the take from. Now when we did addition, we focused on the put together. So now when we're doing take from, we're going to take something from a group, like we've been working on with our subtraction. Okay, so let's look at the problem we have right here, and we're going to find some different ways to help us solve this problem. So Johnny picked 10 strawberries. He dropped 4 strawberries. How many strawberries does Johnny have left? So we've got some strawberries up here, and we can also draw a picture. We can use any of the strategies that we have learned so far. But I want to start with something that we haven't done much of yet, and that is by using what I like to call an SCR. Okay, so the S is for start. The C is for change, and the R is for result. Okay, so what I can do, first of all, let's decide what we need to do in this problem. Okay, Johnny picked 10 strawberries. He dropped 4 of them. How many strawberries does Johnny have left? So our question is asking us, how many does he have left? So we want to know Johnny has blank strawberries left. Okay, and I need to make my handwriting a little bit neater, don't I? Okay, so what we're looking for is how many strawberries he has left. So let's see what we know. We know that he picked 10 strawberries, and that then he dropped 4 strawberries. So we are starting with 10. He started with 10. Our change is right here, that he dropped 4 of them. So if he dropped them, he lost them. They're gone. So that means minus 4. We are taking 4 from what we started with. And so we're trying to figure out how many strawberries Johnny has left. So we don't know our result. Okay, so I'm going to put a little question mark there. So I think we have some pretty good strategies we can use when we're doing this. I've put some strawberries up here, so I'm going to go ahead and use my picture, and I'll get 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, you could just draw a picture. Remember, drawing circles is a great math picture. You don't have to draw the strawberries. If you're doing a problem about cars, you don't have to draw the cars. You can use circles, you can use squares, things that are easy and quick to draw, so that you are focusing on the math part of it. Okay, so I'm starting with my 10. My change is that I am losing 4, so I'm subtracting 4. So I'm going to go ahead and cross those 4 out, and then how many do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this shows us that usually I tell you not to erase in math, but for right now, because we do know what goes with that question mark, I can say now 10 minus 4 equals 6. So now what you need to do when you're problem solving, just showing me this equation does not tell me that you know how many strawberries that Johnny has left. So I need you to make it very clear to me how many strawberries he has left. So I'm going to say right here, he has 6 strawberries left. Okay? I looked at what I started with, I looked at how it changed, and then I found the result. Okay, let's try a different one. This one might be a little bit more difficult, but I know that we can do this because we're going to use our start, change, result map again. Okay, so this new problem, Alexa has 8 strawberries. She eats some of them. Now she has 5 strawberries left. how many strawberries did Alexa eat? So, again, let's look at what we've got here and let's look at what we are trying to solve. Okay, so Alexa has 8 strawberries. She eats some of them. Now she has 5 left. How many strawberries did she eat? So I'm going to write that down. She ate blank strawberries. Oops. And it's not really going to fit on there. You could just write blank strawberries so that I know that what you're looking for. Okay. So now let's look at what we've got. Let's put our start, our change, and our result. So do we know how many we started with? Well, it tells us right here, Alexa has 8 strawberries. So that's how many she started with. She eats some of them. So we don't know how many some is right now. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna keep reading and see what else I can get from this. Now she has 5 strawberries left. So that is my result. There are 5 left. So she started with 8. She eats some of them. So because she's eating them, we're taking away. So I'm going to put that minus there, but I don't know because I don't know how many some is right now. So actually, let me erase a little bit these lines because I think that makes it a little harder to see. Let me erase all the lines. So we know that she started with 8. She ate some of them, but we don't know how many she ate right now. And she's left with 5. So we're trying to solve for 8 minus something equals 5. So I can do a lot of things here. I can use my number bond. I know 8 is my whole. I know the part that she ate, we don't know yet. And the part that she has left is 5. Okay. I can also bring my picture out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are the 8 strawberries that we have. I can cross out some, or I can count. Oh, these are the ones she has left. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's got 5 left. So that means she must have eaten these. So if we've had to cross out 3, how many did she eat? Right. So in place of this question mark, we can write a 3. That means that this part that we're missing over here in our number bond is a 3. So let's look. Does 8 minus 3 is equal 5? Is that what we've got here? We've got 8 strawberries, minus 3 of them, and 5 left. Can we also say 3 plus 5 is equal to 8? Yes, we can. We can put 5 in our head and count up 6, 7, 8. So we are checking our work here, and we've used multiple strategies. So the last thing I need to do here is actually put in my answer, because if you just write 8 minus 3 equals 5, I might think that your answer is 5. And that's not how many strawberries she ate. She ate 3. Okay? So I'm gonna give you a chance to work on one on your own, okay? So let's look at this one. I've switched over to oranges this time. I'm gonna read it to you. I want you to pause the video. I want you to solve it and then come back and we'll solve it together and see how you did, okay? Liza picked 8 oranges. She gave some to her sister. She has 4 oranges left. How many oranges did she give to her sister? So you solve it. Find your start, your change, and your result. Draw your picture, make your equation, and then tell me how many she gave to her sister. Okay? Unpause when you're ready to go. Alrighty, so you must be ready to go. So let's break down our problem first. See what we need to solve. And let's look for our question. How many oranges did she give to her sister? So I'm going to write down here blank oranges. and this will tell me how many oranges she gave to her sister. So let's see what we know. Our start, our change, our result. Liza picked 8 oranges. So this is telling us how many she started with. She gave some to her sister. So gave some. That tells us if she gave it, we're taking away, but we do not know how much some is right now. She has 4 oranges left. So our result is 4. So, and this is actually pretty similar to the problem we just did, isn't it? So if I make my number bond, I've got 8 as my whole, because that's how many she started with, and then the sum that she gave away, and the 4 that she has left. So we're trying to figure out right here which part she gave away. So if I get my oranges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is this what you did? Did you do something like this? So I've got my 8. I know that I'm going to have 4 left. So here's my 1. Oops. Got to get the pen first. Here's my 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are kind of backwards, aren't they? So these are the 4 I have left. So these must be the ones that I gave away. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's plug that in here and see if 4 fits in our number bond and if 4 fits right here. Does 8 minus 4 equal 4? We've got 8. We took away 4 and we are left with 4. So it seems to work for me. And if we look at our number bond, can we say 4 plus 4 equals 8? Yes, we can. So Liza gave away 4 oranges. Okay? If you want more practice, we can do some more problems. You could make up some for someone else to practice, and then you can check their work. But let's keep working on these. Remember your start, your change, and your result, because if we can find those pieces of our problems, that's really going to help us understand the problem before we just start jumping in and trying to solve it. We always have to understand it. Okay? Great job, guys.